Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for Decentraland or Mana. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios a price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting on this daily time frame and with RSI, we've had this trend line coming down from around the 28th of October and pivoting with the 29th of March highs. On the current lows that we had around 12th of May, we did get a really big swing upwards on RSI, as in with the price as well, and now we did break this trend line. Now, one thing that this would suggest is that this whole structure that we created is complete. However, it is often seen as well that a three-wave structure here, or something usually, if this is indeed 535, the wave 4 could be expected to break this structure as well. But again, I don't see that possibility in this one, so we'll see when we get closer look into this structure what I have in store for this. Now on higher time frame, we have two different counts. One is this one, which I think I presented before as well, saying that we had a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. However, I don't really like this anymore, as we have come down so far in price 90%. Comparing that to the previous correction of 96%, I don't think this is really valid anymore. Although it has not broken any Elliott Wave rules, but we can see that it has corrected so much already. The other scenario, which is more likely in this case, would be that we have a wave 2 of cycle here and then wave 1 of primary. Now, the thing here is that wave 1 here has gone beyond the 1.618 of this first leg. Now, we don't know where this first leg starts, so of course it is hard to say what kind of structure this really is. If we compare this wave 1 of primary to the current stuff that we see on the wave or cycle 1, we can see that it is very much larger, 16 times the size in price. Of course, as we are drawing this down a bit, let's see if we can, actually we can't do that there. Where's the zero line? All the way down here. So yeah, it is really large. So here we are at minus or plus minus 0 exactly, and we can see that basically it is 16 times the size, this primary one of the cycle. So very large indeed. With that being said, it makes sense to have the wave 3 here, but with this said, I don't like how much it retraces on the price for the wave 4, but we'll see in time what this develops into. Now next, let's check out these the structures that it has for us on this lower time frame on 4 hour now. Let's take a look at this correction. So again, 90% down. Let's start with this WXY count. In this one, we have a WXY into W, then 3 waves into X, ABC into wave Y. Now this WXY here on the first W of this structure is not valid with the original Elliott Wave book. So that being kept in mind, as it is a WXY. A complex pattern within a start of a complex pattern is not allowed. But if you are still wanting to say that you can't have that, of course I have a different count that would make things still possible overall. The thing or complete difference with this count is that we have a 5-way structure here and 5-way structure coming down here. So again, 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 into an A wave. We have the same exact problem that we had in Bitcoin, that we have a very weird looking structure of a 5-wave structure here for the A wave if we present it like this. However, currently we are looking at this as a possibility. So again, it is okay looking otherwise. If we are indeed looking at the higher time frame and not just subway structures. So for the last leg of wave C, let's check out on log so we can see the structure a bit better. we would have this as a wave 1, 2, again 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 into the third of minute here. Now some might say that we have a wave 4 here. For me, I don't think so. It is just so sharp in price and in time that it is very unlikely for that to be the case. Now we did get this very sideways correction here on the wave 2, so the alteration would be fine. However, this would look even better if the price did something like this. This would be the ultimate bull trap before getting this last leg downwards to take out these lows here and getting everybody out of the crypto again. So this would give a lot of people false hope, even from current prices, to take out these highs 50%. So yeah, this would be a bad scenario. Usually we are targeting the wave 4 of the previous wave 4 for this structure, so around at least $1.34, basically the previous tops that we had. What else did I have? I think we are going to go look into this smaller time frame structures, see what we have here next. So whichever account you like the most, I have a scenario for both. On this one I call the bull scenario, even though I have an A wave here. I have both one wave and an A wave here, as both are at least locally or in short time frame looking to get price higher. On this one again, we can zoom in here a bit. I've labeled this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, then 3, 4, 3, 4 and 5 into a 1 or an A wave. Now the structures, how you want to label this middle part, can be very different to mine, but this is how I've labeled it, as I see it pretty okay looking. W, X, Y, A, B, C, and then W, X and Y again. Both of these have the W, X, Ys inside already this higher degree complex structures. I don't really see this possible, at least very nicely looking structures to be placed in here with the simple corrections in mind. But in either case, this bull scenario would suggest that we have a low here, and now we would be pivoting higher, looking for a 5-way move, as we have had that 5-way move at the start here. So currently, let's take a look. Oh, actually, before we go into that local structure, let's take a look at the bearish scenario. So in the bearish scenario, or the start of it, we would have this structure as an A, B and C, getting us to a W, then 3 waves here and another A, B, C. This would get us up here with a or WXY count. That would be fine, I think. On arithmetic we do get to the 0.618, on logarithmic we do not. So that has to be kept in mind if you want to be playing that scenario on logarithmic or arithmetic scale. Now after that, again, we have the exactly same structure here as we did on the other scenario. I am aware of this, how much time it used compared to the previous structure, but there's just nothing I can do with it. I don't see this being part of something like this, as it does not get us to the minimum retracement or extension here, not even close to the 0.618. So to me, we are still within the same correction here, even though this X wave, which is usually the smallest, is now taking probably the longest. Again, 3 waves here, 3 waves, and now we would be looking for 3 waves. If we had created a new low here, we would have most likely retraced this first leg here for a 85%. At that point, we would be looking this as a flat pattern and looking for that 5 waves in this C leg then. But we have that scenario basically on the local structure, where we had this as a 5-wave sequence and then 3 waves back and 5 waves up for a zigzag. So this is a bit different. So in this one, again, 3 waves, looking for that for the wave Y. Overall, let's take a look at the targets that we could be looking at. The 0.618 again is the minimum that we would want to see on this one, and most likely the 1-to-1 would be the best. That would be around $1.48, and the minimum would be at $1.19. So let's check out the local structures in here since 18th of June. This is more likely to those who want to practice Elliott Wave on smaller time frames. Again, let's take a look. For me, overall, this looks more corrective structure. So I feel like you can fit a 5-wave structure somehow here, but again, I would most likely think people seeing this as a leading diagonal, leading contracting diagonal, but that is not the case. Again, why? Well, you can see from this one, the 1-to-1 extension here, we can see that it is larger, this third wave structure or third wave structure, than the first one. Let me pivot this properly so we can see it. And there we go. You see that it has broken the 1-to-1 extension, this third wave, so we can't have a larger structure in the third wave than we had this one at the first one if we want to have a contracting pattern or a diagonal. Okay, so I've seen that in so many YouTube videos lately, and I said that when we had this on Bitcoin, when it first moved, or when it first appeared on Bitcoin, that most likely people are saying it's a diagonal, but it's not. So again, I feel like there is going to way to be saying that we have some kind of 5-wave moves here, but we have so much overlap. We see this overlap, this overlap, this overlap, here, here. Basically everywhere we see overlap. So even that should yell that be careful, this is a correction, okay? So I've labeled this as an WXY into wave W. There were so many issues with this one as we did not have or meet minimum extensions. This was measured very many times, saying that we have this one as WX and this is wave Y. This week over here was not on other exchanges, for example Coinbase, so I just ignored that. So for the wave Y, we would have a simple zigzag, ABC again downwards here, and then ABC up here at the moment. Now, this structure is very interesting as well. Either we are having this as a first leg or something, then we can have it pivoted from here, or we can have still a possibility of being this as the connecting structure to this first leg here, connecting it to the next, okay? However, if the markets are still going to be bullish, we can continue higher and have this connected to this, and then have this again, sorry, a 3-wave move here, like so. So many different ways to interpret these 3-wave moves for sure. You have to be picking the ones that you feel like is correct if you want to be trading these. Of course, you just don't trade off of only Elliott Wave. You're looking for volume and support and resistance. So if you want to be playing these 3-wave moves, I would be always looking for the pullback scenario, like in this one. We would have some kind of structural support here, and now if the price gets here, we could get a double bottom here or something. Also, if we get below these previous lows and get a weak, and that's a swing failure pattern, taking out these lows, taking out the stops here, and then going higher again. So there's many different ways to play these scenarios if you want to be playing them. Generally, I would be staying away, especially if you're new to these from these corrections, as they are interpreted in so many ways. But that is pretty much everything I wanted to share on Mana today. If you have other accounts you would like to share, there's a link to my Discord server in the description below. Also, if you would like me to update certain other assets, let me know in the comments below. But for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.